Welcome back, Truth Seeker. August 22nd, 2018. New breaking story. Harvey Weinstein now faces new allegations of sex trafficking. And I'm going to show you why this news comes August 22nd, 2018. It's news by the numbers. It's another contrived distraction. The entire Harvey Weinstein scandal has been, as well as all of the rest of the stories you've heard of male celebrities in high places, from Hollywood to newsrooms to sports arenas, in the last year plus, doing these terrible things to women. All of this stuff is contrived propaganda. And it's not to say that men don't do horrible things to women. It's to expose that what's in the news is part of a contrived narrative. A narrative we've been talking about for a long time. Remember, the Simpsons cartoon predicted that after Donald Trump, we'll get the first female president. And in the days before Trump was elected in the rigged selection, remember what it was? He groped a woman. He said he could do whatever he wanted to women because he was this powerful, wealthy man in the world. Ever since then, we've seen these narratives, Harvey Weinstein and more. This is all part of a narrative where the message is, men have had their time, they've abused their power, it's time for something different. That's also why you see in Hollywood all these stories of powerful woman leads, clueless men. I can't tell you how many movies have been put out in the last few years about the dumb, dopey man and the powerful, strong woman. It's not coincidental. This is all mainstream programming. So the code you need to know to see through mainstream media deception is Gematria. And we're just going to start right here. In the language of Gematria, sex trafficking and Harvey Weinstein, they have a numerical overlap, 82. 82 is also a number that syncs up with Vesica Piscis, which is a special shape from sacred geometry that represents the womb of the universe. Here we're talking about a man who sexually abused women. So, Vesica Piscis, also 82 in that same cipher. Should have put it up there. But why is this news coming on August 22nd? Here is the reason why. Harvey Weinstein is 66 years old. I should mention the word woman sums to 66. But from his 66th birthday to today's news is 156 days later. And I actually have a video on this topic of sex and 156 from 2014, way before this scandal broke. But the significance of this relationship between these numbers. The word sex in Gematria breaks down to 156 if you look at it through this lens. S is the 19th letter. In numerology, 19 is 1. The way you get there is 19 becomes 1 plus 9 equals 10. And then 1 plus 0 equals 1. If you don't know numerology, you break down numbers larger than a single digit into single-digit numbers. E is the 5th letter. X is the 24th letter. 2 plus 4 is 6. So SEX breaks down to 156. New sex-related scandal, 156 days from his 66th birthday. Further, the word sex has gematria of 33. And when you write out 33, it sums back to 156. In this world, there's two things that control people more than anything else: money and sex. And a lot of times they go together. And you could say that those things are the God of this world for a lot of people. And the word God, appropriately, in Gematria, also has a value of 156. That's in the Sumerian cipher, where you multiply each letter times 6. God is the 7th letter, G's the 7, the 15th letter, O, and the 4th letter, D. You add that up, it's 26. You multiply it by 6, it's 156. So, special number here, 156. For another thought, I'll just show you this here. Let's just break out the Gematria calculator. We just talked about how X, the 24th letter, breaks down to 2 plus 4 is 6. The numerology of X is 6. And think about XXX, like they put on, pornographic material. XXX breaks down to 666. And if you write out 666 with the alphabetic order, it's 156. How convenient. Since the calculator's up, I'll just show you that Vesica Piscis is 82. Again, the same cipher that sex trafficking is 82. Harvey Weinstein is 82. Violating the Vesica Piscis, the womb of the universe. So we've covered why 156 days from his birthday. Further, today's date has 48 numerology. 48 numerology. 8 plus 22 plus 18. Sex with the alphabetic order is also 48. Hollywood with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology, 48. And think about sex in Hollywood. Show you, Hollywood also has Gematria of 33 in the base ciphers. If you're new here and I'm confusing you, apologies. A lot of times I'm thinking I'm doing these videos for the people who follow me for 5 years. These are the 4 base ciphers on the screen. Alphabetic order, A is 1 up to Z is 26. Reverse alphabetic order, Z is 1 back to A is 26. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. That's why we're counting 1 to 26. This reduction method right here is the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. And this reverse alphabetic order is with the rules of numerology as well, but the alphabet in reverse. These are our 4 base ciphers. And there are more, like I just talked about how, for example, we were just talking about how God equals 26. You multiply it times 6, it equals 156. You see? But anyway, the point is, this is why the news comes today, 156 days after his 66th birthday. And notice woman with the alphabetic order, 66. Mankind is also 66. Mankind made on the 6th day, 666, the number of the beast, the number of a man. That lesson comes in the 66th verse of the Bible, number of the beast. Number of a man, also 66. Revelation 13, 18. 13's the 6th prime. 18 factors into 6 plus 6 plus 6. The verse begins, here is wisdom, period. This entire code of letters and numbers comes from Kabbalah, and the English translations of the Bible, they are completely encoded in this language. Just to make the point about the lesson about 666 coming from the 66th book of the Bible, that book is called Revelation, which sums to 121 with the alphabetic order, which has a square root of 11. And if you add 1 through 11 together, it equals 66. The entire Bible, coded out. Look at this. Christianity, 930. The Christian section of the Bible, Matthew 1, is the 930th chapter of the Bible. 929 books in the Old Testament, or 929 chapters, excuse me. The 930th chapter is where the Christian section begins. So anyway, we got all kinds of tangential, but I like to teach while exposing in case you're new here. If I made it confusing, go back and watch some other videos. The code will sink in. Watch the video I just put out on Duncan Hunter and his 47-page indictment and why it happened the day it did, a date with 47 numerology yesterday, and how that synced up with his birthday. This is what I've been teaching consistently for 5 years. You learn this code, you apply date numerology, you measure from the person in the story's birthday, and you apply Gematria, and you'll see every time why the news comes the day it comes. It's clockwork every single day. And one thing we could look at that I didn't, August 22nd, the date. Oftentimes when you write out the date, there's something that pops out. What stands out here is that August 22nd in the base ciphers, and in case you're new here, I always say out of these 4 base ciphers, this isn't part of the base, out of these 4 base ciphers, if you could only take one, This is the one you'd want to take. The dark blue, the alphabetic order with rules of numerology. This is where you'll find the majority of your meaningful finds. They're all important, but this one, more than any other, the thing about 67 is it's a number that's important to women. International Women's Day is the 67th day of the year, March 8th. And in Jewish Gematria, remember that film Gematria, this is the cipher they use. The word female sums to 67. International Women's Day, the 67th day of the year. I don't think it's a coincidence that August 22nd has the 67 Gematria. It's also another important variable. So, news by the numbers. If you wanted to share this with your friends and family, maybe just keep it simple. Show why 156 days after his birthday this news comes, and how sex has the Gematria of 33 and 48, like Hollywood. You know, today's date also has the 48 numerology. Keep it simple. Don't make it too complicated. People will catch on. Till next time, Truth Seeker.